Donald Trump sat down for an interview with Fox News host Martha MacCallum late last week, and he immediately went completely off the rails when she informed him that the public does not like what they're seeing coming out of this administration, particularly with, of course, the economy. Donald Trump has a underwater approval rating on the economy, and according to the latest numbers from a Fox News poll, which are reflected in all the other polls as well, a vast majority of Americans say that the economy is getting worse, not better, under Donald Trump. So here is what MacCallum said to Trump that made him go crazy. We see polling that does not poll well in the economy. The recent Fox polling said 52% say the economy is worse under this administration. You've got unemployment at the highest rate in 4 years. Groceries made a big jump in the last term. You're looking forward with these plans that you just talked about. When will people feel that, President Trump? Now, this is not a loaded question in the way that you think it is, right? This is not an answer for your low poll numbers. Haha, I got you. This is more of a like, okay, listen, public's uneasy. You've said you're going to do all these things, all these investments coming in. So reassure the people and tell them everything is going to be okay. That's what she's doing. That is how it's a loaded question in Trump's favor. And yet this is how he responded. When the factories start opening, right now we are building them. And Fox polling, I have to tell you, I've told you before, it's the worst polling I've ever had. During the election, they had me winning by a little bit and not by a massive amount. And Fox polling, I've told Rupert Murdoch, go get yourself a new pollster because he stinks. And this is for years now. All right, so he's in the middle. Like, he starts off like, well, here is when the economy is going to get better. As soon as the factories start, you know what? God bless it. Your pollster is a piece of He couldn't finish his thought because he was so irate over the thought that Americans don't like what he's doing. He can't fathom that. So anytime, and we've seen this from the very beginning of Trump's foray into politics, anytime he sees something that says people don't like you or they don't like what you're doing, immediately it's fake. And it's not just his way of dismissing it. It's a self-coping mechanism. It's a self-soothing mechanism because of his clinical DSM, certified narcissism, which is classified as a mental disorder when it hits the caliber that Trump has. His narcissism, that ego, doesn't allow him to even process a thought that people may not like what he's doing. Because of that, in his mind, as soon as he is confronted with that information, it has to be a lie. My mental illness is telling me this is a lie, so obviously it's a lie. He genuinely thinks that because his brain, through his clinical narcissism, is forcing him to think that. But he can get pissed all he wants. Doesn't change the fact that the Fox News poll is actually far more generous to him than the other polls have been. You know, he loves to whine about Fox polling, but the other ones are even worse for him. Everything on every issue is underwater. The public doesn't like anything that they see coming out of this administration, and the numbers are only getting worse month by month by month. And after what's all happened in just the last couple weeks here, I imagine they're probably going to continue to get worse. But don't worry, folks. Eventually, Donald Trump did get around to answering the question, and he said, but I will say, we have all of these things being built. Car companies are moving back. No, they're not. That's not true. That is just a flat-out false statement. We lost 50%, 54% of we were the automobile capital, and all of a sudden we got robbed by China, Japan, Germany, all of these countries. Those companies, they're all coming back now to the United States. They all already also build their cars in the United States. They're not coming back. They've been here. And the only reason that they're here today is because during the Obama administration, we had the auto industry bailout and he saved them. And the Democratic-controlled Congress saved them. And then Republicans, of course, went totally berserk. Why would you do this? You're wasting our money. They formed a Tea Party that then led to Donald Trump. So the very thing you're bragging about is because Democrats did a good thing, and then, of course, Republicans were mad that a black man did it, and then it led to all the racism that became the Trump administration. So I'm glad I'm able to clear that up for you, Donald Trump. But you're not bringing investment back to the United States. Companies that do manufacture and produce here in the United States are laying off workers. They're losing, in the case of John Deere, upwards of $500 to $600 million this year because of your tariffs, because of what you personally have done. So you're killing American manufacturing. Your own government statistics prove that. The companies who promised to invest in here, like South Korea, that actually was investing, now saying, we don't know if we can keep doing it because of the raid on the Hyundai plant. So there you go, Donald. All of these big things you swear are totally going to happen in the next year, none of it's going to happen because you're so damn bad at the job. With the ever-changing world of politics, I have to be sharp, focused, and of course, on top of my game, not just to keep up with the news, but to also keep up with everyone else in this very crowded industry. And sometimes maintaining my focus can be difficult when things get a little overwhelming, and that's why I've partnered with Brain FM. Brain FM has task-specific focus modes like deep work, creative, and motivation to meet your exact needs. There's also ADHD mode specifically made for ADHD brains. Brain FM is the only music company supported by a National Science Foundation grant award to improve people's focus. Brain FM recently published a study in the Nature journal Communications Biology showing that their patented music technology increases activity in attentional networks, doubles neural synchrony at brainwave frequencies associated with focus, and improves attentional task performance in people with ADHD symptomatology. Brain FM's mission is to help people around the world with a simple and accessible tool that supports focus, especially for those who need it the most. Unlock your brain's full potential free for 30 days by going to brain.fm/Farron. That's brain.fm/Farron for 30 days free.